Hi and welcome to this tutorial. Today I'm going to teach you how to create interactive flash quizzes which can accommodate multiple choice or short answer questions. Here's an example made from this template. Okay, it's this quiz, noun, singular, plural and possessive, and the student will type in their name, hit this button, and they'll receive a personalized message, and they can then press the button again to start the quiz. Okay, now this is a multiple choice question, and basically the teacher just types in the question, the four answers, and they nominate which is the correct answer. And when the quiz is finished, the student comes along and they choose an answer, and if it's wrong, all of this feedback down the bottom will indicate that. Okay, so we've had one attempt, none right but one wrong, 0%. We've got 21 questions remaining and the time is ticking over. Okay, so if we fill in the correct answer or click on the correct answer, we get that tick, and you can now see we've had 2 attempts and 1 right answer, so we're up to 50%, 20 questions remaining now. Okay, so the 2 men. Okay, and these examples here are just the multiple choice section, but there's also an option for teachers to include questions with single word answers as well. Alright, so without further ado, I'll get into how you actually use the template to make that. Okay, so you simply you'll download the template from the website. And when you download it, it's probably good to just keep a copy of the template on your computer and then make a new copy and save it somewhere. I'm going to save it inside this test folder. Okay, and paste it there. Okay, and then you can name it whatever you like. So I'm going to rename it and call it test 2. Okay, once you've named it, you can then open it up, and it will open in Flash. You need Flash C, S4 or newer to actually modify this template. Okay, and here's a look at the template. This one has space for 10 questions. Now you can add or delete questions as you like, but it's probably best when you're starting to just try and get a template with the number of questions that you like, so you don't have to worry about adding or deleting. Okay, now the first thing you need to do is this is called your scrub head. Okay, take your red scrub head along to frame. You can see I'm in frame 1 there. Okay, frame 1, and the first thing you need to do is just click in here, click a few times until it's selected, and type in your title. So I'm just going to call this test 2. Okay, and then I'll click away from there, and that's our title. Okay, now all the coding's already set up for you, so you don't have to do anything. It asks the user their name, and it'll come up with a message saying pleased to meet you, and then whatever name they put in, that's all automatic. And you just move your scrub head across to frame number 3, which is question number 1. Okay, and I might just talk you through how to create a multiple choice question and how to create a single answer question, or a one word answer question. And I've done it with this this one here. Okay, very basic maths, and question 1 is 1 plus 1 equals, and obviously I've configured this to be the correct answer. And we might just demonstrate this. So, what's your name? Dave. Okay, 1 plus 1 equals 1, no. Okay, 2, yes. 2 plus 2 is 4. And here's where we get that single word answer. Now these have got to be very specific. If I type in 6, that's going to be incorrect because the question's really looking for a digit. Okay, but if I type in the digit 6, okay, then it'll go to the next question, and I haven't actually made a fourth question yet. Okay, so on our test 2, you're in frame number 3 and you type in a question, and let's do it just like the last one. What is 1 plus 1? Just to make it as simple as possible for your first one. And then just double click on answer A and type in 1. Answer B, type in 2. Type in 3. And type in 4 there. Okay, so you've got all these options here. And then just go over to your tools here and click this select tool. And you'll notice that if you click on number 1 and also click the properties panel over here, it tells you a few things. It tells you this is called A button. Number 2, this is called B button. This is C button, and the fourth one is D button. And they're all configured to go to that cross and give the incorrect feedback. So basically all of these 4 buttons are configured to go to the wrong feedback. They're all wrong. So what we need to do is we need to get rid of this number 2, and we need to actually put this button right up the top. This button is called correct button, and that takes the user to the tick and it updates all of these fields with feedback that the answer was correct. So if you click on number 2, you can see that it was in position X50, Y250, and that simply means that this button is 50 pixels from the vertical axis, that's X, and it's 250 pixels starting from the top and going down. Okay, so that's important, 50 to 50. What we can do now is simply remember that 50 and 250, drag this button right off the stage, and then we want to say, hey, this button, we want it in exactly that same position. So it's already in 50, it's the same distance from the x-axis, but instead of being at 110, we want to change it to 250, and as soon as I hit enter, that's going to move into position, okay, just like that. And that's configured to now say, if you click on 2, that's going to update the quiz with the correct feedback. Okay, now the only other thing we need to do now is simply drag this off the stage, because it's not a short answer question, and drag this button off the stage. Okay, if we test that now, I'll hold Control and press enter. You can see our heading we've put in. Okay, and 1 plus 1 is 1, no. 2, yes. So you've already created your first question, and it updates all of these fields accordingly. Okay, so let's move our scrub head to the next frame and type in question 2. What is 2 plus 2? And we'll say 2, 3, 4, and 5. And again, go to our arrow, click on the button next to the correct answer, and we can see the coordinates are 50 and 320. So let's move this off stage because that's incorrect, and click on the correct one, and 320 was that key number, 320. Hit enter, and it moves down into the exact position it needs to be. Okay, so I'll move this off the stage, move that off the stage, and that question's finished as well. Now let's move to this one, and remember in our test 1, question 3 was a bit different. It had a short answer. Okay, it was asking for the user to type something in. So with this case, we don't want any of these buttons at all. So let's just draw a box around them. Okay, and hold your mouse down, move them off stage. Okay, same with these answer A, B, C, D. If you hold your shift key and just click on all of those, you'll select them all. Hold shift down, click on all of them, then move them off stage. Okay, and then type in your question. What is 3 plus 3? Okay, and remember, these questions can only accommodate one very specific answer, so make sure your question's set up in such a way that it only can have one answer. And then something different, you look down in your timeline here, okay, and in your timeline you should have a layer that says correct answers. Now you should be in frame 5 now, okay. Question number 3 is frame 5 because before the first question we had 2 other frames which weren't questions. Then just click on this little box here, okay, in the correct answers layer, and then click where it says actions frame. Okay, now this is as close to coding as you'll have to come with this template, and all you do is just double click, and where it says insert answer here, you put the exact answer you're after, which in this case is 6, and that question is absolutely finished now. So if we test that, hold control on your keyboard and press enter to test it. Okay, what's your name? Alright, and 1 plus 1 is 2, 2 plus 2 is 4, 3 plus 3 we type in 6, and voila, all of that feedback has been updated with our results. Okay, I'll just take you through, and here's our correct button. I'll quickly take you through and let you know what they see at the end of the quiz. When the student finishes the quiz, they get to this page which gives them a summary of all their results, how many questions they answered, attempts, right or wrong, how long it took them, and the percentage. Okay, and that's basically it. That's how you create the quiz. I'll just show you when you've finished. Another important thing is to actually publish the quiz. So you go to File, and then, well, first you should save it, Control S to save, then go to File and press this button, Publish. And when you do that, whatever folder you've opened your quiz in will have this HTML creation, which is the version that you give to the kids. You don't actually give them this is called the FLA file. That's the one that you open to actually change the quiz or make it. You give the kids the HTML file and they can just double click on that. Okay, and it'll open in Internet Explorer or Firefox, whatever browser they're using. They might have to click this and allow blocked content, and there's the test ready for them to complete. Okay, alright, thank you. If you've got any questions, drop me a line. Okay, bye.